Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. I want to welcome my newest followers, Nazir Trader. Thank you for joining me. Ray Iron Beam, thank you so much for coming on board. iCurrency Group, thank you for being here. Trading 2059, thank you for the like and the follow. MD Linton 99739, thank you so much for coming on board. User 7472, thank you for all of your support, my friend. Cycling Gang, you as well. TNT Prize, yes, you as well. I appreciate all the support that you all give. Thank you so much for being supportive. Now, we're going to cover this information that I did here on this video here that's there. And of course, here, I told you that the market is still up respectfully based on the weekly being in the upper scale and that all wasn't lost. However, the daily was in a downtrend. And so I did tell you might not want to go with top down analysis. And there's a reason for that. And I went over that on the channel. However, I did tell you all wasn't lost. And that's the most important part. So the information here is, of course, the timeless content. So I just try to get a collection of all the information that I've done here thus far and try to just give you an idea of what it is that I'm able to offer you here on the channel. So there's a variation of information here, clearly. Now, the putting it all together section here. All right. And I try to, get the universal approaches and put it all together for you so you can kind of see how it all works. These two are in real time, and that's the swing trade one should you want to familiarize yourself with that content. Now, if you want to view that information exclusively, you're more than welcome to watch these videos here. They're in real time. Now, the trading guide section has a collection of various different information that I've covered, but these are the primary focuses of the content that's on the channel. The chart scale and the static levels are definitely what we're going to take a look at. And the trading range is there as well. But the chart scale is universal. It's the universal approach to support and resistance. And you've probably been trading it and didn't even know. Here's the trend. And of course, the no touch method. I'll cover a little bit of that there. Now, the live trade section, again, this is all the accounts that I've traded, business accounts, prop accounts, PA accounts. I've traded them all here. I did 1,000 ticks in one trade if you want to familiarize yourself with that information. Trading psychology. I even try to let you know that blowing down an account absolutely makes sense and you need to do it. And I can prove it from a logical perspective. How to stay in your trade and know that you should be there. That's important too. I tried to give you that information. And so if you want to become a full-time trader, there's some aspects in doing so. Health is definitely one part of it because it's a stressful job. Now, this is a section that is a succession of videos that I've done outlining what it is that I do off screen in my own personal trading as well as my trainings. So knowing days and hours in advance where price should close could change how you trade. Now, this is a post that I gave back on the 18th. All right, and I gave them that 4732. Now we're going to take a look at that 732. Also, the top on the market. I actually gave that price in this video. I called for the 860, 860, 13 minutes into this video, and that's where the market turned and began to decline. So this information right here is it's how I go about trading markets. Really, really important stuff. Now, of course, this price right here is not my floor and ceiling approach to markets. This is actually something that I released to you guys, but this information here, yes, that 860 is something that's beyond the scope of the social platforms. But I want to let you know that's important as well. Now, we're going to take a look at that 32 because that's something I did make aware to you guys, and we'll take a look at that on the weekly. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what the price pattern is, it's this. It's very universal and it's simple. Here's the mid of the bar falling below that low. If you get a no close back above that bar, it should go down. Here's the mid of the bar above this bar's high. If you get a no close back beneath this bar, it should go up. Now, price can close beneath it. It could still work. It's just best if it don't. All right. Now, here's the static level. Okay. 55.00 down to 45.00. And then, of course, here, just giving you an example here, 95.00 down to 85.00 and 85 down to 75.00 there. Now you can do that up and down the board, and you can learn all of the static levels on that video. All right, now this is the 1 minute. Now all the bars that's colored with the level moving forward, you will see on the weekly and the daily, any bar with the level and is colored, that's the bar here. All right. Now, if the mid is above, of course, the high in these scenarios here, you will see the NC beneath that bar, meaning don't close back beneath that bar. Now, let's take a look at that weekly real quick. All right. So now the weekly, all right. So the weekly here, this is the information that I said in that video. All right. So all isn't lost. Price is still in the upper part of the scale. Okay. So the center of the scale, the upper part of the scale, you can still see a rotation to the upside. you don't want to go with top down because the daily is in a downtrend. So you don't want to do that. And I covered that on YouTube, actually showing you guys how that can become a problem if you don't focus on the time frame that you're currently trading. And so that's most important. So let's see, where is that video here? Does top down analysis really work? All right. So I want you to know sometimes it's best to just trade the trend, that the time frame that you're trading on. It's best to do that. Now, hopefully, hopefully we will rotate just down below 14.4, 24.75 and cycle back up, which is the low of here. All right, so that low has the no close. All right, now the 32 that you saw is here, 732. Now let's go back and take a look at that information here. Okay, that's that 732. Now, again, that's that price action pattern that I released to you. All right. So that information there is definitely available. However, again, that 860 that I called for that top, that's a whole nother approach. All right. So we're still in the upper part of the scale. They're starting to rotate back up. Now let's take a look at that daily and then I will let you go. All right. So the daily. The open of the second bar lower, that can send it down too, or higher for that matter. So let's take a look at that information, then we'll dive into those statics. The high, well, the open here was that 83.75. Now remember, I gave you 860, so that had nothing to do with this bar. That's a whole nother approach to knowing where markets should turn at. All right, whole nother approach there. However, the open of this bar was important back into that high before they rotated down. You can see they tagged that several days there, and then they pushed up, and vice versa. They got up here and they didn't want to close above that price, but I told you 860 in that video, and I meant it. And of course, they never made either one, and then they begin to move down. Now, on the way down, they played the statics to the backside. So if you go to the higher time frame statics, you will go 850.00 up to 950. All right. And then, of course, they fell through that. And then they jumped up here, right here. They jumped up into this zone. And so here you will go 550 up to 650. And the same goes to say here when they pushed down and pushed up, you will go 250 up to 350. All right. So that's how you would play that. Now, on the downside here, when they drop down, you would go 850 down to 750. All right. So you will go 850 down to 750. This low came in at 751.75. So they came really close, and then there's your turnaround. So right now, the open of the second bar, this is the second bar higher here. And so that open, you can see they're not closing beneath it. So they dove into it, hit the static, kind of all those things came together, and now they're moving up. Now, I did try to project you your trend. All right. So I know this is where they're headed. I do know that. And so I'm not going to come back and cover this moving forward. I'm not. So I just want to let you know if they can make the three above here, and I'm estimating that they can put the three right into this area right here. Okay. Hopefully, you can put the three right into this area, and then there's your trend distance. And it should put them right back through the high. All right. So we did the trend down from this side. Again, 7 is all you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 7. And they almost made the trend distance. And then you got the rotation. So if you've been following me for any time, pretty much when they make the trend distance, oftentimes they'll rotate. So we got close, just didn't get all the way there, and there's your turnaround, folks. So no close right here. If you want to just kind of see how that no close work, here's a no close here. They tagged it for a couple of days, and then they gave you the drop. And so it's important to, again, to collectively view all the information. You don't want to just accept the reversal off of just a rally of a bar. You want to make sure that they're able to hold it because they came back down really aggressively, and at that point, I told you, they're still in a downtrend, so it wouldn't have been nothing for them to just take right back through this low. However, they're doing what they need to do, and I kind of thought on yesterday that yes, this could end up back up. So I wanted to make sure that today, off that open, that we go ahead and make that commitment, and I think that that's there. So we should be able to get. I definitely believe this is where they're going. It's just once they get here, you want to see if you have the three higher that you would need at that point. So that way, that trend would be locked in and that distance would be there. And then you can go ahead and measure out. And I did tell you on that weekly, we can sit them side by side here. I did tell you on that weekly, hopefully we can get up to that 18.5, 19.5s. Hopefully. So let's see if that's at all possible. And then of course, yeah, if they can get through this high, I know it's a bit further up. It is up. So it will be doing some cycling long before it gets here. It will. but hopefully we can see that, hopefully. And that's just doing the weekly statics. All right. So that's that 8,500. Okay. That's all you're doing here. And of course, this is at 5,500. So up to the 6,500. So just from a 1 minute daily and up to the weekly, showing you the statics. And again, the center of the scale as well is important. And as you can see, here's the center of your scale here. We're still located in the upper part of the scale, even here, even though there's a downtrend in place, we're still somewhat bullish. All right. So just wanted you guys to know that. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.